Eric Burgess here. We've been told to find the IQR in the 5-number summary, and then we're given some data to work with. So we're going to do this by hand, and then we'll check our answers using the calculator. So first up, we need to put these numbers in order from smallest to biggest. So let's go ahead and do that. So first up, we've got the number 17. And then looks like 20 is up next. 20, followed by 21. Followed by, let's see here, 32, 55, 64 looks to be next, 85, and 92. That looks like it's everything. Beautiful. Now what we need to do is find the median, which is going to be the middle number. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 numbers. So we're going to do 8 divided by 2, that's 4. So since we got a whole number out, we have to average 4 and the next number after it, which is 5. So the 4th and 5th number have to be averaged. So we're going to do 32 plus 55 divided by 2. Right, if we had gotten 6 out, it would be the 6th and the 7th number. But and that's because we have an even number of numbers. If we had an odd number of numbers like 7, when we divide, we'll get 3.5, which will round up to 4. So the 4th number exactly will be the middle. When we have an odd number of numbers, there's an exact middle. And we would use that one. But we don't have an exact middle, so we're going to do this. So we're going to do 32 plus 55. That gives us 87 divided by 2 gives us 43.5. This is our Q2. It's our median. Because we didn't use these numbers directly, like neither one of these numbers is Q2, it's a number in between them, we include them when we split them into a lower group and an upper group. So here's the lower group, here's the upper group. And again, we need to find the middle. Now we have 4 numbers, so 4 divided by 2 is 2. So we take the second and the third number, and we average them to get the middle. So the second number is 20. So this is for Q1, the lower group. So the second number is 20, and the third number is 21. We divide by 2. 20 plus 21 divided by 2. Well, if you just look, what's in between 20 and 21? Well, that's going to be 20.5. If you really want to, you can plug this in the calculator and prove to yourself that that is 20.5. But if you think there's only a gap of 1 between them, so we're going to wind up halfway between that gap. So that's going to be 20.5. 1 divided by 2 is 0.5, and then we add that to 20. So that's kind of a fast way to think of it when we're given easier numbers. So that's Q1. Let's go for Q3. Q3 is going to be, again, there's only 4 numbers here in this upper group. So the middle 2 numbers are 64 and 85. This one's harder to see. And so we're going to use the calculator for it. We're going to do 64 plus 85. Then we're going to divide ourselves by 2. And we get 74.5. So we have almost all the numbers that we need. We still need the min and the max. The min and the max are 17. Because we had to put them in order. So the first number is the min, the last number is the max. That's 92. And boom, you've got yourself a 5-number summary. We can even write it all nice. Min, 17, Q1 is 20.5, Q2 is 43.5, Q3 is 74.5, and the max is 92. We like to write them in this particular order because when you draw a box plot, this is the way they would look from left to right. So usually you write them in this order. If the order matters, it'll be a teacher-specific thing. I mean, if I were teaching it, I wouldn't care if you wrote them in any order because you're just looking to get all 5 numbers. But it's considered good manners to write them in this order. All right, so let's go ahead and find the IQR. The IQR is the middle 50% of our data, which is expressed by Q3 minus Q1. It's the interquartile range, and well, that's going to start at quartile 3 and go down to quartile 1. So we're going to get 74.5 minus 20.5. 5 minus 5 is 0. 4 minus 0 is 4, and 7 minus 2 is 5. So the interquartile range is equal to 54. We can, of course, check this with a calculator too, because it's a good idea. Mental math can sometimes be a bit dangerous. And so we get 54. I mean, when I'm doing a test, I'll even check stuff like this, just because I am that concerned about making any kind of little mistake anywhere. All right, so we've got all our numbers here. Let's go ahead and check them with the calculator. It's not too hard to do. We're going to come into stat, and we're going to put these numbers in a list. So we're going to edit. Now, clear out a list. Go up and hit clear while the list is selected, then push down. It'll clear it. Which list you use is up to you. I'm going to use the top list because they're out of order and it's the original list. So if I made a copying mistake, this will catch it. So I'm going to use this. It'll put it in order for us. We don't need to worry. So 20, 17, 32, 64, 85, 55, 92, and 21. It's always a good idea to go back and check. So we see we have 8 numbers, which lines up with the number of numbers we have here, so that's good. So we've got 21, 92, 55, 85, 64, 32, 17, and 20. Perfect. Next, we're going to go over to stat. We're going to go to calculate, one var statistics, which is the first option. Make sure the list is the one you have, and if you have a frequency list, be sure to delete it. That's going to screw it up. So make sure there's nothing for the frequency list. Just hit delete, and then go down to calculate. All right, now we're going to come on down here, and let's check our stuff. Man, my throat's getting dry. So the minimum is 17, perfect. Q1, 20.5, 43.5, 74.5, and 92. It doesn't give us the IQR. You're going to have to calculate it either way. But since these numbers were right, we know that we did the IQR right. And you can see also the calculator uses this same convention. Just sort of back up my word here. Because again, if we were to plot this, right, the box plot would be super easy to make. We'd have the minimum, and we'd have our, so this would be the min. We'd have Q1, that would go over to Q2, going over to Q3, going up to a max. Now, I'm not drawing this to scale or anything. It didn't ask us to plot one, but right, this is the reason we put these in the order that we do. Is makes it really, really easy to just look at it and plot it. If you have any questions about this, feel free to drop a comment down below. Subscribe and hit that bell icon for future videos, and we'll catch you in the next problem.